The Great American Convoy, a road trip inviting the public to join in one long convoy stretching across America to every single state in the 48, in the lower 48. It'll amass nearly 30,000 miles of riding over 3 months' time and 120 Harley-Davidson dealership stops where we raise money for charity. In today's video, I tell you exactly how to get involved and ride and be part of the Great American Convoy, and I also explain the charity we will be riding for. Pretty exciting. We are live here, y'all, so no fancy edits. We're just going to get down to the nitty-gritty, raw details of what is the Great American Convoy. And I'm pretty excited about this campaign, y'all. This is something that I feel passionate about. I once rode to every Harley-Davidson dealership in America. It took me nearly 2 years. It was like 88,000 miles. And it was one of the most impactful things I've ever done in my life. We raised lots of money for charity. This time, I hope by riding this ride and by putting this all together, I hope to generate over $500,000 for our veterans, for charity. And I'm gonna tell you what charity we're gonna be doing it for here shortly. Everybody, welcome, man. Thank you. I appreciate y'all saying what's up. Haynes, Brap, I hear you out there. Hopefully we get to share some miles together. Waiting on you in Texas. That is great. Okay, guys, so here's the details. This convoy is riding from dealership to dealership like Forrest Gump. Y'all can join me at any point you want in the convoy and ride along with me as far as you can. Maybe it's from one dealer to the next. Maybe it's across 10 dealerships in multiple days. I'm gonna hit on an average about 2 dealerships a day every day in order to hit all of these dealerships in the single run. We're doing this run for Harley-Davidson's 120th anniversary. And what better way to honor Harley-Davidson's 120th anniversary than to raise some money for our American heroes. I think the motorcycle community is one of the most philanthropic communities in the entire world. I think we do more for charity, whether it be toy runs for kids or non-bullying events or communal events and veteran events. I think the motorcycle community, and especially the Harley-Davidson community, is one of the most impactful communities in the entire world for this type of thing. And I really expect all of us to come together across the country and make a difference for our veterans. You don't have to ride a Harley-Davidson to enjoy the campaign. You can join me on any other brand of motorcycle you have. Hell, you can even show up in a car and join in. I don't care. Just show up and show your support for veterans. That's really what this is all about. Sydney, I see you on there. What's up? Yes, I am. I'm going back on the road for Harley-Davidson. So a campaign like this is a huge undertaking. Basically, in 90 days, less than 90 days, I have to plan 120 stops in 120 different cities, all raising money for charity. So 120 charity events in 90 days. It takes a lot of planning, it takes a lot of effort, and I can't do it alone. So I want to start by thanking some of the companies that have come aboard to help me make this happen. Number one, Harley-Davidson Motorcycles. They are partnered with me on this campaign, and it is an official Harley-Davidson run. And that's pretty cool. Thank you, Harley-Davidson, for stepping up to the plate and working with me on this idea. Law Tigers, they've stood behind me for so much stuff. They are an amazing company. They help motorcyclists if they happen to end up in an accident. Law Tigers will go to bat for you and fight for your rights. They're a bunch of riders themselves, so it's good to have that type of mentality on your side. D&D Exhaust is the performance exhaust I use on mine and my wife's personal motorcycles. I absolutely love the exhaust. It's high performance. If you're in the race scene, you know who D&D Exhaust is. Zero 3D is a company that came out a few years back manufacturing lighting products and things like that. They're stepping up to the plate and helping us. They also have my signature seat. I have an Adam Sandoval seat collabed with Zero 3D. It's a touring seat and the official seat of this campaign. I'll be running my seat on this road trip, 30,000 miles in 3 months. It's a big run. And Clockworks is going to be our official windshield. They are, a windshield's an important part for riding a long distance, so I really wanted to get a windshield that was going to perform, and I was glad that Clockworks stepped up to the plate and said they'll get behind this mission. The launch party and campaign is also sponsored by Pig Trail Harley-Davidson, which is where we'll be leaving on the 22nd of April. You can show up there anywhere between 10 and noon, and you can join in on the very first leg of this trip, and also the Cat House Lounge. Together they host an event, a rally called the Spring Fling, and it is the weekend of the 21st of April. So I'll be there Friday night with the Cat House Lounge, and then Saturday morning with Pig Trail Harley Davidson, and we'll take off and start hitting dealer by dealer across the country. My route is not released yet. Okay, I am working on it. These are a lot of planning, and I got to get confirmation from every one of the dealerships that they're going to do their part to help us raise this money before I can put out my final schedule. Because if one isn't willing or doesn't seem to be working right, then I'm going to have to swap it with another one, which could change my route. So I'm going to avoid releasing my route until every single dealership stop is confirmed. I hope to have that to you in the next 2 weeks. All right, so that's a lot of the details. One of the big things that I really thought hard about before making this decision on what charity I was going to donate to was, man, there's just so many things to think about when you're doing something like this, right? I mean, it's a big decision who you're going to donate your time and effort to, right? I'm giving up my home. I'm here in my backyard right now. Look, I got this beautiful creek and a little waterfall back there breaking. I can hear it in the background. I doubt y'all can hear it. But I've got my home here. I'm going to be leaving my wife, my son. I'm going to be leaving everything I love here for 3 months to ride around the country and raise this money for a charity. So the charity I chose is a charity I have worked with before, and we had great results together. I really believe in what they do in the community. I know multiple people who have benefited from this charity, multiple veterans who have received assistance and support from this organization. They are a big organization, and they're helping veterans everywhere. I venture to say the largest charity in America when it comes to being a veterans charity, and that is, my friends, over at the Wounded Warrior Project. That's right. So I have chosen the Wounded Warrior Project to be my beneficiary of this campaign. They have graciously agreed to work with me to make this as an impactful event as possible. So how will we raise money for the Wounded Warrior Project? Well, it's a charity run. It's 120 charity runs across America, all for the Wounded Warrior Project in a single campaign. So at each dealership, there will be an area to donate to the Wounded Warrior Project, at which point you will be able to do so and then join me riding from stop to stop. We are going to ask that you make a donation at every stop if you're going to join me. So if you want to join me for 3 stops, plan on making 3 donations. If you want to join me for just 1 stop, that's awesome. Make 1 donation, ride with me as long as you can, and go home to dinner. If you want to spend a month with me on the road, be prepared to sacrifice, all right? Be prepared to be out there and help us raise this money for veterans. So if you all believe in sacrificing for our veterans, give me some thumbs ups on this video, because we need them to spread the word so people know what's going on. I will be in every single of the 48 states, all right? So every state in the 48 states will have at least 1, probably 2, maybe more dealership stops on this tour. I will finish July 14th in Milwaukee Harley Davidson, not Milwaukee Harley Davidson, I'm sorry, at the Harley Davidson rally, the event, the anniversary, the 120-year anniversary party in Milwaukee. I think we'll do our 120th dealer stop, and then we'll all ride together to, I think, what is going to be the museum, where they'll have something set up for us there. Those details will be released later. Right now, what I know is the launch date and the launch dealership, and that is April 22nd from Pig Trail Harley Davidson in Rogers, Arkansas. We'll be leaving kickstands up at noon. We'll be starting to gather and make things happen around 10. We'll do a meet and greet. We'll hang out. We'll talk. We'll shoot the breeze. We'll take some pictures. And then we'll all load up on our bikes and we'll ride off to the east. That's all I'm telling you. We're going to ride off towards the east. All right. If you can't make it, will there be a link for people to donate that can't make it and support at the dealerships? That was asked by Lone Cowboy Adventures. Yes, sir, there will be a link. I will get a link on my website that will give a direct donation to the Wounded Warrior Projects and give recognition to the Great American Convoy, showing you're supporting all these bikers coming together. So even if you can't make it, you can still support the people who are pulling out and making it by going to the website and making that donation. It'll go directly to the Wounded Warrior Project, and it will give our campaign notoriety or credit for our funds raised. My goal, I just feel like there's so much information to throw out so fast. My goal is to raise $500,000. I would love to break that goal. I mean, that would be phenomenal. But my goal is to give up 3 months of my life, live on the road, and raise $500,000 for charity. And hopefully we can make that happen collectively between the online donations and the people that show up at the dealerships. Another thing that I'm doing is I'm getting a brand new 2023 Harley Davidson. It will be my motorcycle, titled in my name, and I will be giving it away at the end of the campaign. This is not a purchase necessary, okay? There's some people who want to support the veterans, but maybe don't have the funds. I want you to know that just showing up, just taking the time out of your day and showing up and making a presence at my stops means something. So everybody who shows up at any one of my 120 stops will have the ability to enter their name into a drawing, and at the end of the campaign, I will draw one name who showed up and met me at a dealership to support our veterans, whether they donated or not, whether they rode with me or not. Every name that shows up will be entered. I will pick one of those names randomly. I'll put them into an actual randomizer on the internet. It will select one for me, and I will give that motorcycle, that 2023 Harley Davidson Road Glide that I toured on, I will give it away to that lucky person whose name I draw. So, you know, you have a chance just by showing up to the dealership to take home a brand new Harley Davidson. And it's not just any Harley Davidson. It's going to be tricked out pretty good with what I believe to be the best parts, to be the best modifications to making a Harley Davidson perform and ride well for long distance. I'm going to have to ride this thing 30,000 miles, so you better believe I'm going to put the parts on it that I think are going to work best for me. So it'll be loaded up with thousands of dollars in parts. It will be a brand new 2023. It will have about 30,000 miles on it, but it'll have an immaculate service record because I'll be doing all my servicing at Harley Davidson dealerships while I'm on the road. Yeah, I'm going to give it away. So we're going to raise money for charity. We're going to give one person who supports our military and this campaign a free Harley Davidson with custom parts. We are going to ride together all across America, state by state. And I have yet in my scheduling to find a day off. I got it every single day. I am at a dealership, minimum of one, which is tricky to do on Sundays and Mondays because a lot of them are closed. So sometimes those are some long stretches to find a dealership that's open. But I've found so far dealerships every single day, and that is my goal, is to make stops every single day. The only way I won't have a stop on one day will be if there's no dealership open within riding distance to me on that day. Whew. All right. Well, I appreciate you joining into my stream there. I think it was their good-looking honky. That's awesome. Yes, I'm waiting to announce the route until my entire trip itinerary is complete. I want it to be 100% right, and I don't want anybody getting information and not getting the updated information. So I have to have confirmed all details for the entire fundraising event from every dealership before I can announce it. So I'm hoping to have that done in the next 2 weeks. It's a grueling thing to look at, okay, how many miles between this dealership and that dealership, how many hours, where am I eating lunch, where am I eating dinner, where am I sleeping? That's a good time for a shout out. I am looking for a hotel sponsor. I have not landed one yet. I've got some negotiations going on, but I am looking for a really good hotel sponsor to get behind this campaign because I know a lot of the people that are going to join in with me are not going to want to sleep on the ground. And frankly, I am now 44 years old and I don't want to sleep on the ground for 90 days straight. Will I do it? Yes. Do I want to do it? No. So I'm looking for a hotel that will take me and all the riders that are joining along and make a home for us along the road. So if you got a contact in a good hotel chain, send them my way. Let's see, what else? I guess that's it. I can take some questions. If y'all got some questions, I believe I gave all the details. If you missed all the details, y'all, as soon as I'm done with this live, I'll post it again and you'll be able to I said everything from the charity we're donating our money to, which is the Wounded Warrior Project, down to giving away the Harley Davidson that I'm going to be riding and the details on that, and also the details on how you can join and the details on when we'll be releasing our route. It will give an exact time and location every single day that what dealerships we'll be at. So you'll be able to meet us at whichever one's closest to you. Unfortunately, I won't be in every nick and cranny of the country. You may have to ride a little bit to connect with us, but you know what? It's a good reason to ride. Okay, let's take those questions. John Castile, I hope I didn't butcher your name. Thank you, sir. I appreciate it. I appreciate my freedom. I once or coined a slogan. Sorry, calls are coming in. I'm knocking them out there. I once coined a slogan that I like to live by, and that is, if you did not serve in your military, find time to serve those who did. And that is exactly why I do the things I do. The funds I've raised in the past, the charity events I've donated my time to, the veterans that we take care of here at my K River campground, 100% free of charge. All of this is because I am serving those who served our country. Am I stopping Eastern Michigan? The answer, it will be in my route schedule. I don't want to say exactly where I'm going yet because it could change a little bit. All right. So I know everybody wants to know what my schedule is, and frankly, I do too. I'm along with you on this, you guys. But I have to get everything locked in before I can announce it. Lone Cowboy Adventures, great book, by the way. Thank you. I did write a book called Inside My Helmet, and it was about the first time I left on a road trip like this to raise money for veterans. It talks about my first year living on the streets, off the back of my Harley, and raising money for veterans. I've been told it's a pretty good book. You can get it on my website, adamsandoval.com. I hope to write a second book after this campaign is over. Rob, I will definitely be West Coast and East Coast. I will be in every single state in the 48. So all 48 states, I will visit at least one or two dealerships. 100%. And at each dealership, we're going to raise money for the Wounded Warrior Project. And they are a charity that I have personal experience with. I've worked with them in the past. I've met so many veterans that they've done so much for out there on the road in all parts of the country. They help all across, coast to coast. They're there helping. Hope to see you in the Carolines. I'll be there. Snowed in Rapid City today. That's horrible. Am I originally from Wisconsin? The answer is yes. I was born in Green Bay Hospital. Forms of payment, you'll be able to do a credit card. You'll be able to do a debit card. You'll be able to do cash. You can even do a check if you want. Everything will be directly to the Wounded Warrior Project. We'll be donating 100% of the funds raised will be going to the Wounded Warrior Project. So anybody who pays a fee at any of the dealerships for charity, 100% of that money goes. I am operating this campaign and my travel budget and the advertising budget and all the expenses that it takes to put something like this on. We've got a team of people working hard to make each stop as big as possible. All of those expenses are coming out of my own personal pocket and the sponsors I mentioned before, which is Harley Davidson, Law Tigers, D&D Exhaust, Zero 3D, Clockworks, Pig Trail Harley Davidson, and the Cat House Lounge in Eureka Springs. So far, those are the companies who've stepped up and said they're going to help us make this thing bigger and better. And every time one of them steps up, we get to make it a little bit bigger and a little bit better. I'm going to miss my buddy Scooter. That is without doubt. Towards the end of that trip, Scooter got kind of grumpy. He was I think he was tired, and I really wanted to give him a break. And then after the trip, I gave him a pretty good break. And I know a lot of people got kind of upset with me because I didn't have him on my channel as much as I used to, but I really felt obligated to give him a break. His last couple of years were tough, man. He was one of the toughest dogs I've ever met in my life. He had so many struggles and fought through every one of them and lived on the road with me for years. I'll miss Scooter tremendously. And I often think about getting another dog lately, but I'm just not ready yet. I don't know if I'll have another dog in this campaign or not. Maybe I'll find one on the road, but that's not my goal. My goal is to honor our veterans and honor Harley Davidson's 120th year anniversary and connect riders, get riders to come together and get on the road and share some miles for a cause and share the community and the culture. I think the number one thing about Harley Davidson, they've got beautiful bikes and they've got a huge, great, beautiful history, But I think the culture and the community that Harley Davidson has is like no other culture and community in the world. Certainly none that I've seen. And I want to celebrate that, and I want people to experience that, and I want people to come out and be a part of that. And I hope you all share all this information with everybody you touch for the next couple months. Whether they ride or not, if they're just thinking about riding, or if they used to ride, or if they ride now, or if they ride another brand, I don't care. Get them involved in this culture, bring them out to ride with us, or to at least hang out with us at these dealerships. You know, they're not all going to be able to be Saturday afternoons. There's going to be Mondays and Tuesdays and Wednesdays. I tried to schedule them all over lunches and dinners so that people will be able to break free. Sometimes they're a little bit earlier than lunch. But my hope is that people will either break free on a lunch to come down, or a dinner to come down after work, or take a day, vacation day, and come ride with me for a cause. That's my true hope. Ken, you're looking for a new bike. Well, show up at the dealership and I will enter your name, and maybe you will take the bike that I build for this epic road trip. Scooter was the show and I was the chauffeur. That is correct. That is exactly what I used to tell people. You know, it was funny. Some people would always like act like I would be upset that they were only following for Scooter. And in fact, I was honored. I put Scooter on this screen for a reason. I think he was an exceptional dog. I think he was a great mascot and a best friend. And it was my honor to share him with all of you. And I'm glad I got to share him with all of you. Okay, let's take a minute. I will be coming through Kentucky, David. I hope to meet you out there too. Perkins, man, I got some real close friends I would call family with the last name Perkins. Be cool if the winner raffle it and add it to the foundation. Yeah, that would be very cool. I'll be honored to ride with you too, Ghost Eagle. I'll be honored to ride with you too, man. Come on out and let's do this. And you know, one last thing about scooters. This is really going to be a trip where I spend a lot of time in my helmet thinking about him and reflecting on what we did together. This route is for veterans and for Harley Davidson, of course. But for me personally, it's also about remembering Scooter. Heck yeah, you were here in January. Heck yeah. Yes, a huge shout out to all the vets. Let's get one of those, man. Let's see some American flags. Find your American flag emoji, and let's, is the shirt I'm wearing for this adventure. So this is the Harley Davidson Wounded Warrior Project shirt. It's a pretty cool shirt. They sent it to me once we made the agreement that I was going to make them my official beneficiary of my ride. We will have, this is really cool. This is one thing when I was talking to Harley, I was like, listen, there's one thing that I really want that's a little bit different than what you probably do with some of the other people on social media. Look at all them flags coming up. I told Harley I wanted to make a shirt that co-branded this campaign, myself and them. And they agreed to it. So we're working on designing that right now. That's going to be exciting. Look at all them American flags. Hell yes. Keep them coming, y'all. If you are a veteran and you are out there and you are going through any hard time and you're watching this, know that there are people, me included, who actually care. You look at all these American flags. These are people who care about you. There's a lot of hotlines and places you can call if you're having trouble with anything. We are here to support you. You all made sacrifices for us that did not go unrecognized. And that is a message to you if there's somebody out there who needs to hear it. Florida State Refrigeration, I love you too. Thank you so much. I could never do this without any of you, man. I live my dreams. I get to ride motorcycles and four-wheelers and side-by-sides and dirt bikes and live in power sports. I get to make cool videos and travel the world, and I get to find creative ways to raise money for causes that I believe in. And the only reason I'm able to do any of that is because of all y'all's support. So I love you too, more than you know. You all have given me my dream. You've let me live my dream. I left on a road trip homeless, literally lived off my bike eating sardines, didn't know where life was going to take me, just knew I wanted to do something good. And you all have given me a reward for doing that like you can't imagine. So thank you. Genuinely thank you. And I hope you feel like that reward was given on a person worthy of it. I hope my appreciation and my efforts are make you proud for supporting my movement. No big plans for St. Patrick's Day for me. I saw a question bang across there. Will Ashley join me? So Ashley works a job. She's got a pretty significant career. She does get a lot of time off. So for the first, we're going to do it like we used to do it. So for the first 3 years, Ashley and I dated. We never spent more than 10 days apart. Every 10 days, she'd work her 2 weeks back to back, and then she'd take her days off or double weekends, and she'd fly to where I was, spend a couple days with me, and then fly home. And we did that for 3 years. We dated like that. So she's going to do it the same way. She will be taking her weeks back to back, working double weeks, and then taking her days off and flying out to meet me wherever I am on the days she gets off. So we will do our best to announce what location she's going to be in. So if you guys want to meet her, you can. And I'm hoping to be able to get my son to come to some too. So I don't want to be away from my family for that long. I know our veterans are away from their families even longer than that in hostile territories. But I have the ability to make that happen, to have my family come, and that's important to me. So again, I want to thank all the sponsors who are helping me to be able to make that a reality. It's important. Family's important. Let me see. Can I adjust this so that you can see my shirt? Because I'm getting a couple messages on there. There you go. How's that? A little better? All right. Let's see what we got here. Been watching my channel from the beginning. Thank you, Ghost Eagle. I appreciate that. I really do want to ride Alaska. So Alaska was on my list for 2020, and then you know what happened there. So it ended up getting canceled, and then one thing after another came up, and I just never made it yet. I do want to ride Alaska. It's one of the few places I haven't got to ride. Keep on rolling in the free world. Thank you, Buck Reynolds. Catch me in New England. All right, I'll be. Oh, Mr. Saunders, how you doing, sir? It'd be good to catch up with you again. All right, y'all. That is the name of the game. So I'm going to recap for anybody who just joined in very quickly over the details. Yes, Bob, I'll be in Connecticut. I'll be in every one of the 48 states. So all 48 states, I'll be at a minimum of one dealership per state. My route will be announced with exact times and dealership locations for the entire campaign. I cannot release it until I have it complete and confirmed and planned with each and every dealership. So I'm planning 120 parties with 120 different businesses in 48 different states, stretched across 30,000 miles. So it's a big undertaking to put all that together, and it takes a team, and it takes a lot of diligence and a lot of work, and the people who actually care about the cause. And once all that is locked in, then I will release my entire schedule before I leave so that you know where is best for you to meet up with us and be part of the great American Convoy. What do y'all think of the name? Can I get a thumbs up if you like the name? We went back and forth on all the different names, and I just felt like a convoy is a group of people riding together for a cause. That's the definition. And whether it's trucks or a military convoy riding together to take care of business, or a bunch of bikers coming together to ride for a cause, that is the definition of a convoy. And I thought, how could a convoy be any more American than touring all 40 states across America, raising money for veterans and the Wounded Warrior Project? I just didn't think there could be any more American convoy. So that's why we named it the Great American Convoy. So I'm excited about the name, and I'll have a logo and everything out, and you guys will be able to check it out. It'll be popping out. I just, normally a business or a charity or a promotion or anything, when they develop something, they get it all together and then they release it. And I want this to be more something we do together. So I don't have everything built and then release it. I'm talking to you as I'm building it for several reasons. One, I want you all to be part of it. Two, I get a lot of great ideas that come through these feeds, and y'all help me figure this out. So we got thumbs up for the name, and we got American flags for the veterans. So that Sydney Branham. Thank you, Sydney. I appreciate it. Journey of Jerry. What's up, man? Welcome to the feed. We're just talking the details. We just went over the routing and when I'll be releasing that. We just went over how you can join at every dealership to help us run. We went over the fact that we're raising the money for Wounded Warrior Project. We went over the fact that I'm going to build a 2023 Road Glide of my very own with all the parts that I think are best for taking a 30,000 mile single road trip. And then at the end, somebody who shows up at the dealerships is going to win that bike. They don't have to buy a ticket. I'm not raffling it and nothing like that. You just show up and show that you're supporting the Great American Convoy and you are going to be entered to win. You can enter to win there. I'll have an iPad or something and you can sign up and your name will go into a file. And then at the end, I'll put it all in a randomizer. I'll pick one person. I'll call them up. I'll say, come get keys to your new Harley Davidson. And it'll be a 2023 Harley Davidson from the 2023 120th anniversary of Harley Davidson. And it'll be the only bike ridden to not to every, but to 120 dealerships in honor of the anniversary. I mean, it's just kind of it's going to be an epic, one-of-a-kind motorcycle. What else can I tell you guys? What else we got? Hey, good to see you too, Joe. Well, I guess I don't see you, but I see your name. That counts. Joe Rockney. See you in Maine. Absolutely. I'll be there. Yes, it is great to see that I partnered with Wounded Warrior Projects. I agree. I'm excited to have them. I have personally experienced veterans that they've touched. We said that our goal here is to raise $500,000 for Wounded Warrior Project. And that 100% of the money that's donated to ride from dealership to dealership will be going to them. We will not be touching it. My operation, which is a team to put all this together, is 100% being funded by sponsors, by my personal income, and by merchandise sales. So like my t-shirts and my hats and stuff you get on my website, adamsandoval.com. I'm using that money to help cover the gap. And I'll be putting out a signature t-shirt with Harley Davidson, and that money will also help me on the funding of this thing. So all the money you donate to ride on this campaign, 100% of it is going to go to the Wounded Warrior Project for full transparency. We did talk about Ashley being part of the convoy. I just saw that question come up. She is going to fly out about every 10 days, wherever I'm at, and join me for several days before flying back and going back to work. She'll be working her weeks back to back so she can stack her weekends. All right, Larry's planning on riding me to a couple. I'll take you up on that. I'll see you in Florida. All right, I'll be there. Randy wants to know how many people I'll be traveling with. So Randy, get Preparation H as a sponsor. That's funny. Randy, I will be riding alone, right? So this is a solo trip I'm taking in the sense that nobody is part of this campaign with me, building it with me, scheduled to run the whole thing with me. But I will not be alone because I'm inviting riders to join me at every stop for as long as they like. The only thing I ask from them is they give a donation at every dealership we stop at. Other than that, I hope to have people riding with me through the entire thing, so I'm not alone. I've been asking the dealerships to enlist their hog chapters to escort us from dealership to dealership. I think that would be a really awesome thing. I know the Hog Network is a phenomenal network, and they do great things in so many areas, and I really hope they dig into this. And even if I'm not at one of your dealerships, hopefully that Hog chapter from that dealership shows up to one of the dealerships I'm at just to represent that they want to still show their support, and they ride with us. All right, I'll see you in Alabama, Cody. I do not have my dates released just yet. Joining the feed. Is my dealer list available? No, the list will be coming soon. We're working hard on it. Every stop and every time for each stop and every location will be 100% documented, and then I'll release that. But I want to get it right first. Any other questions? I know we get people that kind of join in. Indiana supports me. Big B, I appreciate that. I hope you show up, and I hope you get all your friends and anybody you know and bump into. Listen, the way this great convoy becomes truly a great American convoy is by all of us enlisting everybody we run into to be a part of it. This is where we show our patriotism. This is where we show our strength. This is where we show the world that we care about our veterans, we care about our country, and that we're sticking together and that we're not going to be able to be broke up. We're going to support one another. We believe in America. We believe in everything it stands for. If you want to contact me, I saw something about a PM, but it scrolled off quick. If you want to contact me, my website is adamsandoval.com. You can contact us there. We got a contact us page. You can send me an email, and then that will eventually get to me. Freddie, I think this trip's going to be epic too, man. I will be covering all 48 states. So every state in the 48 will have at least one dealership that you can meet me at. Some will have 2, 3, even 4. It's just going to depend. All right, any other questions? When will you be able to get the memorial shirt I'm doing? Well, I am working on the designs right now. Like I said, I like to keep you guys involved in the process. So I'm working on the designs right now. Once I have it down to my favorite 3 or 4, I'll send it out to a couple other people to get their opinions on. And then I'll send it to Harley-Davidson for their approval. And once they approve it, then I'll start making it. So I would not expect to be able to get that shirt before April, I would think. What's the donation amount for the riders? I have not decided that yet. We're still discussing it. I'm thinking it's going to be $25 a dealership minimum, because we want to raise some real money and we want to make it happen. And if you can't do that, then you can still show up and support and be part of the party and show your presence and support us and create a crowd. I'm sure there'll be lots of news coverage at these things. Different dealerships are certainly going to bring out their local news. And you can be part of that to show our strength in our community. We understand not everybody can get away and ride. We also understand not everybody can afford to donate money, but just donating your time to come and show face is showing support. And that type of support is going to reach veterans. And when they see that support, hopefully it'll mean something to them. Y'all, it's getting dark on me here. I'm losing you. I'm going to have to cut this short, but I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you just tuned in and you're looking for details, we literally went over every detail I have in this thing in the beginning. So I'll be posting this live up on my YouTube channel, and you can watch it from the beginning and you can answer every question we have. All right, you guys, thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you so much for the support. Now the work begins. Together, we start spreading the word. And that's how we make a difference for our country. I love you all so much. I'm thankful for you every day. And y'all remember, continue to dream until your dreams come true. And if you did not serve in your military, find time to serve those who did. And I'm giving you a way to do it right now. Let's do it together. I'll see you all on the road. Adios.